This episode may contain moderately strong language and themes.
I'm Emma Clarke, a professional voiceover from the UK. You'll have heard me on radio, telly, in toys, games, apps, on public transport systems, and while you're hanging on the phone listening to glorious music. I've even featured in a Hollywood blockbuster playing the part of a stricken starship. But this podcast is dedicated to the dodgy direction voiceovers are given by their well-meaning clients.
Welcome to Dodgy Voiceover Direction with Emma Clarke.
Sometimes you refresh your email and there's nothing. Sometimes you get lucky and get a discount voucher for cut-price leisurewear. Sometimes there's an email from a guy you once met at a conference 6 years ago who you know sits in his car outside your house in the dark. Sometimes you get a notification that people who want to be anonymous are noticing you on LinkedIn, which always frankly scares the shit out of me, even more than creepy car guy. And sometimes you get treasure. It was a bright, cold day in late autumn. The kind of day where you want to go on a long walk, perhaps by a canal or other body of water, that with different lighting might look like a location you'd see on Crime Watch, and then spend the evening by a wood fire with a mug of hot chocolate wearing a chunky jumper. A devil-may-care day, a great-to-be-alive day, a who is this freak who's emailing me again when the police have specifically told him not to day. It was almost 6, and I was just about to hang up my headphones when the email arrived. Initially, I thought it was spam. No, it wasn't about erectile dysfunction, although on second reading, it actually might have been. But the subject line was, "I pay money," which is always guaranteed to be an eye-catcher. At first, I didn't understand it. I'm not sure I do even now, but at least it was brief. This is what it said.
Dear Emma Clarke, heard your voice and is moderate sexy. It will do. I pay money. Yes, friend?
There's a lot to unpack there. Where did he hear my voice? The possibilities are almost endless. The thing with my voice is that you can hear it in many places. It's a bit like that thing where people say you're only ever 8 feet away from a rat. It's like that with my voice. I could pop up on a radio commercial, on the telly, on an on-hold message, on a bus, in a game, in a toy, or even in an emergency public announcement telling you to immediately and very, very quietly walk, not run, to the nearest exit. They even wanted to put my voice on the International Space Station until, for complex legal reasons I can't go into, I declined the offer. But I digress. The guy could have heard me almost anywhere. Anyway, the bit that really stuck out for me was the moderate sexy bit. Did he have a sliding scale? Did he rate voices on a 0 to 10 how sexy is it marking system? Did I score a 5? A 6? What would it have taken for me to have achieved a 6.5? Maybe I needed to be deeper, huskier, breathier. I feared these questions would probably go unanswered. Female voiceovers are almost always selected on a "we all know this is a thing but we don't ever really mention it because we don't want to end up in a tribunal" assessment of the woman's voice's shaggability factor. Not that it's even possible to shag a voice, but I think you know what I mean. Then there was the "it will do" part, which sounded resigned and faintly melancholy. I wanted to hear the subtext. Was it, "It'll do"? Was it, "It'll do"? Or worse, was it, "It will do"? On the plus side, I was grateful that somehow my voice would, at least, be tolerable. The "I pay money" bit was reassuring. He wasn't suggesting he pay me in roller coaster rides. Yes, that has been a legitimate method of remuneration that's been offered to me historically. Pies. Yep, those have also been offered. Or a copy of a venture capitalist-backed board game about finding magic gravel. So at least the man was offering to actually send money, which, in this economy, was a boon. Then there was the enigmatic, "Yes, friend?" with a question mark. Were we friends? What would it take to become friends with a man who thought my voice was moderate sexy? And how do you make friends with strangers from overseas over email anyway? In case you're wondering about the upshot, I did email him asking him the usual polite questions about script content, broadcast medium, campaign length and deadline, but to my perpetual lamentation, the man didn't reply. He remains an enigmatic figure, an eternal mystery man, forever searching for a woman's voice that, at a minimum, scores a comfortable 7.
You've been listening to Dodgy Voiceover Direction with Emma Clarke. Rate the show, write us a review, and tell your friends. Thanks for listening.
That's it for this episode of Dodgy Voiceover Direction. Find out more about me and my work at emmaclarke.com. There's an E on the end of Clark, by the way. Listen to my stuff, read my blog, and if you want to know more, sign up for my newsletter. If you enjoyed this show, give us a rating, hopefully a good one, and leave a review, and tell your mates. If you find me endlessly fascinating, unlikely I know, but a girl can hope, you can check out the music I write. You see, I'm also a classical composer. And the music podcasts I make, Before the Bar Opens and the title track. All my music stuff is at ebclarke.com. See you next time on Dodgy Voiceover Direction.